Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something really important, a topic that often feels, well, pretty grim: liver cancer.
It does often carry that weight, yeah.
But I promise you, what we've found looking through a lot of global research, it isn't just serious. It's actually quite hopeful, maybe even surprising.
Mm.
Because for so long, liver cancer seemed like this unstoppable thing, right? But the data, it really flips that script. What if I told you that a huge chunk, like at least 60% of liver cancer cases, you can actually prevent them?
It's a massive figure. It really changes how we have to think about it.
Exactly. That one fact changes everything.
It really does. And when you step back and look at the global picture, liver cancer is a huge challenge, no question. I mean, right now it's the 6th most common cancer worldwide. And what's really worrying is it's the 3rd biggest cause of cancer deaths.
3rd biggest. Wow.
Yeah, think about that. In 2022 alone, we saw something like 870,000 new cases across the globe. It's a staggering number, the impact on people, families, healthcare systems.
And it gets worse if we just, stand by the projections. They're talking maybe 1.52 million new cases by 2050.
Or even potentially a 55% jump globally by just 2040. It's alarming.
It is. But here's the flip side, right? This is where this deep dive gets interesting. Becomes more like a blueprint for doing something, not just watching it happen.
Okay.
With the right steps, the targeted things we're about to talk about, we could actually stop up to 17 million cases and save maybe 15 million lives by 2050.
That's incredible potential.
It's not just numbers, it's a real roadmap for saving lives.
Exactly. And this isn't just wishful thinking. It's based on solid analysis from researchers all over, places like Fudan University, the Hong Kong Cancer Institute, using data from China, South Korea, the US, Europe, a really wide net.
Right.
And what keeps coming up again and again is that this preventability, it hinges on understanding and tackling just a few key modifiable risk factors, things we can actually change.
These are the levers we can pull.
Pretty much, yeah. These are the levers to really change the future of liver health.
Okay, so if we're unpacking these modifiable risks, where do we start? What's the biggest piece of that preventable pie, according to the research?
Well, a huge part comes down to what I sometimes think of as the silent invaders: hepatitis B and C.
Okay, viruses.
Right, viral infections. And they're sneaky because, unlike something that hits you hard and fast, they often just silently chip away at your liver over years.
No symptoms early on?
Often none, or very mild ones, so they can just keep progressing, causing damage, leading to this slow scarring of the liver.
Right, cirrhosis.
Exactly, cirrhosis. That's the severe irreversible scarring.
Yeah.
It messes up liver function badly, and eventually it really paves the way for cancer to develop. It's like a slow demolition inside you.
And how they spread is key to stopping them, right?
Yeah.
Hep B, for instance.
Yeah, Hep B is very contagious. It often passes from mother to child at birth or through unprotected sex.
And Hep C?
Hep C is mostly blood to blood. So sharing needles is a major route, or historically, things like contaminated blood transfusions before screening got really good.
And we know hepatitis B is a massive factor in places like Asia, right? It's been a major driver there.
A huge driver, yeah,
Well,
especially where it's endemic. But the really empowering thing about Hep B is we have a vaccine. A really, really effective one.
that's crucial.
It is. It's usually given in childhood, but honestly, if you missed it, it's never too late. You can still get vaccinated as an adult.
Good to know.
It provides long-term, often lifelong protection. It's one of the best cancer prevention tools we have, full stop.
Okay, so vaccine for B, what about C? No vaccine there, right?
Not yet, unfortunately. But the medical progress for Hep C has been, well, revolutionary.
How so?
Early detection is key. Screening, especially for people at higher risk. Maybe you had a transfusion before 92 or history of injection drug use if we find it early.
Yeah.
We have antiviral medications now that can actually cure the infection in most people.
Cure it. Wow.
Yeah, completely eliminate the virus, which obviously dramatically cuts the cancer risk down the line.
That's incredible. Okay, so direct medical options for those viruses. That's really hopeful. But let's shift gears. What about lifestyle factors? Alcohol comes up a lot.
It certainly does. And the analysis suggests thinking of it like, well, pouring gasoline on a fire that might already be smoldering in your liver.
That's a vivid image.
It captures the impact, I think. Drinking too much doesn't just give you a bad morning. It causes alcoholic liver disease, which, just like hepatitis, can lead to cirrhosis.
And then cancer.
And then increases the risk of cancer significantly. The projections are actually quite stark. Alcohol might account for, what, 21% of all liver cancer cases by 2050? That's up from about 19% in 2022.
Why the increase? Just more drinking.
It's likely a mix of things, changing patterns, maybe higher consumption for some, but also we're understanding more about how alcohol acts as a carcinogen, like its effect on the gut microbiome, which can then drive more liver inflammation.
Okay, so that's a serious upward trend. What are the guidelines then? What's considered too much?
Well, the general advice is usually no more than 2 standard drinks a day for men and no more than 1 for women. But honestly, less is always better. From a cancer risk perspective, there's really no proven safe level of alcohol. It's all about minimizing that burden on your liver.
Makes sense. So how do people actually cut back, practically speaking?
Simple things can work, like maybe aim for a few dry days each week, days with 0 alcohol.
Okay.
Or when you are drinking, try alternating. Have an alcoholic drink, then a non-alcoholic one, like water or soda. It slows you down, reduces the total amount.
And give your liver a break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about avoiding the hangover tomorrow. It's about that long-term risk reduction. A small change, but powerful self-care, really.
Yeah. I saw this quote, pretty blunt, but maybe effective, from one of the pieces we looked at.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, so next time you're at a party, think about your liver pleading for mercy. Not the most fun thought, but hey, prevention's better than a hospital bed.
Huh. Yeah, it's blunt, but it makes the point, doesn't it? Puts a sort of relatable spin on an abstract risk.
It does. Okay, so viruses, alcohol. What's the next big player in this prevention puzzle?
The next one is a rapidly growing concern and maybe flies under the radar a bit more. Obesity and related fatty liver disease.
Ah, right. Now called MASLD and MASH.
Exactly. Metabolic dysfunction-associated steatotic liver disease, that's MASLD. And the more severe inflammatory form is metabolic dysfunction-associated steatohepatitis.
This seems to affect so many people now. How should we think about what's happening here?
Well, think of your liver as this incredible multitasker, right? It's constantly detoxing your blood, making bile, storing energy, helping your immune system. It does so much.
The unsung hero.
Totally. But when it gets overloaded with fat, mostly because of obesity or, poor diet, it's like asking that marathon runner to just sprint endlessly without rest.
It can't keep up.
Eventually, yeah, it starts to struggle under that constant pressure.
So MASLD is the fat buildup.
Right. That's where excess fat accumulates in the liver cells. And it's not just sitting there harmlessly. It can trigger inflammation, damage the cells over time.
And the name change from NFLD to MLSD, that was significant.
Yeah, it was meant to really highlight the connection to metabolic issues like type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol. It's part of a bigger picture.
Okay. And MSH is when it gets worse.
MS is when that inflammation really ramps up. It becomes more aggressive, leads to fibrosis, that's scarring, and that significantly increases the risk of cirrhosis and, yes, liver cancer.
And this is projected to increase too.
Big time. MSH cases could go up by something like 35% by 2050. It's directly tied to the obesity epidemic we're seeing worldwide.
And it is worldwide, isn't it? Not just one region.
Oh, absolutely. It's a major issue in places with high obesity rates like the U.S., across Europe, where MSLD might affect up to a quarter of adults now. And it's rising fast in parts of Asia, too. It really mirrors those obesity trends.
Okay, but is there good news here? Can this be prevented or reversed?
Yes, definitely. The good news is that prevention for MASLD and MASH really comes down to managing metabolic health, primarily through maintaining a healthy weight.
Which means diet and exercise.
Fundamentally, yes. And it doesn't always take drastic changes. Studies show even a modest weight loss, like 5 or 10% of your body weight, can seriously reduce liver fat and inflammation. It might even reverse early MASLD.
So focusing on whole foods.
Exactly. A balanced diet, lots of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, limiting sugary drinks, highly processed stuff, and regular physical activity. Doesn't have to be marathon running.
Right,
Even just a brisk 30-minute walk most days, taking the stairs. Small things add up. It gives your liver the break it needs to do its job.
Okay, so those are crucial individual actions. But this problem feels bigger than just individual choices. What about bigger picture strategies, global efforts?
Absolutely. Individual actions are key, but we need system-level changes too. One of the most effective things is broad vaccination and screening programs for Hep B and C, making them widely available and accessible.
Public health basics.
Yes. And then stronger policies around alcohol. Things like higher taxes, maybe minimum pricing per unit, restricting advertising, especially targeting younger people. These things work.
What else?
And critically, investing in public awareness, making sure people know about these risks, encouraging early checkups and screening, especially for those high-risk groups, people with diabetes, obesity, existing liver conditions.
And do we have proof these strategies actually work in the real world?
Oh, yeah. Look at Taiwan, look at South Korea. They implemented widespread hepatitis B vaccination programs decades ago.
And the result?
Significant drops in Hep B-related liver cancer rates. It took time, sustained effort, overcoming challenges like logistics and public education, but it's a powerful example. It shows prevention works when you prioritize it at scale.
That's really encouraging. And there's an economic angle too, right? Prevention saves money.
Huge economic angle. Liver cancer costs billions globally. Healthcare costs, lost work productivity. It's a massive burden.
So preventing cases
saves potentially billions.
Yeah.
And improves quality of life, keeps people contributing. Projections show that even just cutting liver cancer incidence by, say, 2 to 5% a year could prevent millions of cases, save millions of lives by 2050. It's a massive return on investment, both socially and economically.
Okay, so let's bring it back to the listener. What does all this mean for you? What are the practical takeaways starting today?
Right, the actionable stuff. First, and we've hit this hard, but it's vital, get vaccinated against hepatitis B. If you haven't been, check your status, get it done. It's fundamental.
Number one. Okay.
Number two, really take a hard look at alcohol. Commit to limiting it. Remember those dry days, alternating drinks? Give your liver that recovery time. It matters long term.
Got it. Limit alcohol. 3.
3, eat well, stay active. Focus on that balanced diet, fruits, veggies, whole grains, and regular movement. Maintaining a healthy weight is probably the single best thing you can do to prevent fatty liver disease.
Yes, makes sense. What else?
Fourth, get screened if you're at risk. If you have risk factors for hepatitis or conditions like diabetes or obesity, talk to your doctor. Ask about liver health checks. Early detection, even for Hep C where you have cures, is absolutely critical.
Don't wait for symptoms.
Exactly. And finally, number 5, be an advocate. Support policies that promote liver health in your community or country. Whether it's pushing for vaccination programs or backing sensible alcohol regulations, your voice matters in shaping a healthier environment for everyone.
Vaccinate, limit alcohol, eat well, move, get screened, advocate. It seems like a clear plan.
It really boils down to that. And the core message here is one of empowerment, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, liver cancer is serious. The projections can seem scary, but it's overwhelmingly preventable.
That 60% or more figure.
Exactly. We've laid out the paths to prevention. The power really does lie in those daily choices individually and the choices we make together as a society. We can turn the tide.
That's the hope we wanted to share today. Your liver, it works unbelievably hard for you day in, day out, doing all these vital jobs, usually without a single complaint.
It really does.
So maybe here's a final thought to chew on. Isn't it time we made sure we return the favor? Just think about those small, everyday decisions. You know, that extra slice of pizza, another glass of wine. How they quietly add up, pushing your liver.
Making it work over time.
Yeah. So what's one small thing, one conscious step you could take, maybe starting today, just to give your liver that much-needed break? Could be anything we talked about. It might just pay you back in ways you can't even imagine years down the road. A little kindness to your hardest working organ,